Hey, what's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring my weekly review of AMC's The Walking Dead. This week we've seen Season 6, Episode 6, I think, right? This week's episode was entitled Always Accountable. So, overall I'd say it was a good episode, not great, not bad. Probably I enjoyed this one a little bit more than I did the one last week. Last week's I did like, a decent amount. But, one critique I do have with the show right now is I feel like they're sort of dragging out the whole No Way Out storyline. And if you guys don't know, I don't read the comics, but I do read some general info about it. The No Way Out storyline, which is, I don't really want to give anything away that people might not already know, but, this whole, herd, is coming towards Alexandria part of the story. I think they're kind of dragging that out a bit, because really it started since almost practically the beginning of the season, and we're, an episode away from the mid-season finale, so I think they're really, stretching it here and just kind of playing it out a bit more than they should really have to. But, still it's been good. It's overall been a pretty good start, pretty good half to the season so far, I think. Is it better than the first half of Season 5? We'll probably have to see how the mid-season finale goes, but right now I'd say it's pretty much on par with last season right now. This episode, again, we didn't focus on some of our main characters like Rick and stuff like that, but we focused on, Daryl, who's, of course, our next male lead, and then Abraham and Sasha. I like Abraham a good amount. Daryl, he's probably within my, top 5 or so, at the very least, and, of all time, actually. And, Sasha... still not a big fan of her. I'm still I'm still thinking she probably shouldn't have survived over Tyrese, but I don't know what we're gonna do. This Abraham and Sasha part of this episode, of course, I guess it did make sense having them, spend time together, story-wise, because, they've both kind of been questioning their existence and sort of, just trudging through life and, really having moments where they would debate if they'd actually want to keep going or not. And their time together, since they've been on the road, and even since first driving Alexandria, it's really kind of helped both of them sort of strengthen the other. But more so is Sasha sort of pulling Abraham out of his turmoil in this episode. Because Abraham lately, he's been very reckless. He's just wanting to kill any walker he sees just for, supposedly for the pure fun of it. And Sasha, she is in a pretty bad place, especially last season. So she's being a little bit of a hypocrite when she goes after Abraham for acting how he acts. At least Abraham hasn't tried to attack anyone from his own group yet, so, at least there's that, but... I think Abraham's trying to find his own peace with his existence in this world. So I did like that development for him in this episode. And all the action we got, I didn't really expect for this episode either. That group, attacking, Abraham, Sasha, and Daryl, right at the beginning of the episode, that whole shootout and, car chase thing, motorcycle, whatever you want to say. I thought that was pretty good. We also meet, as Daryl is kind of wandering around the woods after he escapes that car, he runs into a small group of 3, two pretty young girls, and then a male. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this character might be Dwight from the comic books. I don't know for sure. I don't think they ever said his name in the episode, but I heard he was coming soon on the show, I think. I could be wrong about that. But, I'm not sure if this character is Dwight or not, but I did find him to be sort of interesting, sort of likable. I do think he will pop up again probably in the next, couple episodes, I'm sure. You'd think, anyway. And there turns out to be this other group that's after them, too, and when they meet Daryl, they assume he's just a part of them. And so they kind of take him hostage and, walk him around and stuff, and... one of the girls ends up, just seeing some people she had known. I was kind of in and out of the room, to be honest. I was getting stuff to eat and to take out some kitty stuff. Let's put it that way. So I did probably miss some lines here and there, but, she ends up breaking down over that. Then she gets herself eaten by zombies over the corpses she was mourning. Yeah, you kind of see that coming up. A lot of characters are just introduced out of nowhere in these types of episodes. They're just going to get randomly killed off at some point. Except this may or may not be Dwight character. He actually ends up surviving this episode. But like I said, I expect him to be back soon enough. They took Daryl's crossbow too. How dare they? Really, there wasn't there's not a whole lot to say about this episode, to be completely honest, though. Again, not very much going on with the plot right now, just still that continuing herd, sort of coming, sort of not coming story. I don't know, I'm still liking the show. It's, well done, I like the setting and stuff like that. But I just feel like there hasn't been much progression in the way of story this season, and it's, just kind of getting a little bit dull to me right now, but still I did like the episode. I don't know, I'm just enjoying Z Nation a whole lot more right now, to be completely honest. I just feel like The Walking Dead's just kind of in this straight mode right now. They're not really, I don't know, but maybe by the season finale things will start picking up a bit and the story will actually change. You did get some good walkers in this episode. That one that sort of had that the leaves and that plants on them and stuff like that. That's coming at Daryl. That one looked pretty good. I don't know. Really not too much to say about this episode. What do you guys think of it? What do you think about this half season so far in general? I am looking forward to the mid-season finale, which is the one after next week's. It has gone by at a decent rate. Also, when Daryl reunited with Sasha and Abraham, how Sasha pointed out earlier that, the best way to find a tracker is to stay put because they'll find you, and Daryl did end up finding them again. So that was kind of cool. My cat's out the door, so I'll probably cut this one short because really there's not much more to say about it. But when they reunited, you heard a voice on the radio when Daryl was trying to get in contact with Rick. And I wasn't even sure what the voice said at first, but I guess some people were saying it said help or something like that. And some people are saying it's Glenn, but Norman Reedus has apparently just denied it was Glenn on the radio. But now some people are thinking it's definitely Glenn because he said it wasn't. I don't know for sure. I didn't really hear it too well. What do you guys think about that? Anyway, add me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, Movie Pilot, and look for me on SpoilerDead.com. Sorry for a shorter review, but I just really don't know what to say about this week's episode. Not bad, just not a whole lot to talk about. But yeah, catch you guys next time, and peace.